Thank you. I call to order the October 22nd Saline County Commission Public Forum and Meeting. And I want to thank all of you for attending and watching on television. So can I have the call to order?
Commissioner Shadwick?
Here.
Commissioner Sparks?
Here.
Commissioner Vidrickson? Commissioner Weiss?
Here.
Commissioner White?
Here.
Would y'all please stand and for the flag salute, and afterwards, a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Public forum. Citizens may speak on county government, usually limited to 3 minutes, not pertaining to anything on the agenda today.
Norman Mantle, Saline. I think this involves county government, state government, and our federal government. I started adding all this up, starting with what happened in Fort Worth, Texas last week. It's happened in Texas twice. It's happened in South Carolina, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Idaho, and it's even happened here in Kansas. I don't know what we're going to do about it, but we need to look at it. Innocent people are being executed. In Texas, the woman was in her house. They shot her through the window. In Idaho, the man was his cattle was on open range. And in open range territory, the cattle have the right of way. And the animal was severely injured. Law enforcement called him. At their request, they called this rancher. And he went out there per their request. He assessed the situation, he went to his vehicle, and he got his weapon. He was going to euthanize the animal because the animal was severely injured. Law enforcement executed him. He had witnesses. Same way in South Carolina, the man was walking away, had his hands up. They shot him in the back. In Illinois, the woman was laying down. She was in the park, wasn't bothering nobody. They executed her. Why? We need to address this problem. It's all around the country. This isn't just an issue. This has happened right here in Kansas, in Wichita. To come this close here in Saline County. So, what are you guys going to do about it? You're putting law enforcement in a heck of a position by passing these laws. You need to talk to these legislators, figure out something else to do because this ain't working. This is where we're having problems in our jail, but you can't blame law enforcement. You guys put these laws in front of them. So I just thought I'd bring this to your attention because even I figured this out, so that must not be too hard. So I thought I'd bring it up to you. And there's another way, but you're going to have to figure it out.
You bet. All right, thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, go on to regular business. Item 1.
Approve agenda for public forum as presented.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the agenda for the public forum as presented.
Second.
Motion carried. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Item 2.
Request for action 178-19, contract supplement with KDHE Universal Aid-to-LocalContact with Jason Tiller, the Health Department Director.
Good morning, Jason.
Commissioners.
Good morning.
In front of you, you have the contract attachment number 5, the family planning contract. This is a contract supplement to the KDHE Universal Aid-to-Local contract that you signed on July 23rd, 2019. This grant is generally used to fund birth control that is provided as part of the family planning program. The grant amount for the fiscal year 2020 is $31,825 for the period July 1st, 2019 to June 30th, 2020. I realize it is October. It took them that long to get us the contract this year. Alternatives for action: sign the contract and continue receiving grant funding, or do not sign the contract, and that will impact our ability to provide those services. Staff recommendation is to sign the contract as we have previously done. This has been an annual thing that so that we can continue to receive the funding necessary to provide those birth control in the family planning program. Budget impact, there is no additional impact to the budget unless this is not approved. This contract, if signed, does require 2 original signatures, and I have 2 copies of that contract prepared and marked for the chairman's signature.
Okay. Is there any public comments? Seeing none, is there any comments from the commissioners? None? Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the contract with KDHE for universal aid to local contract.
Second.
It's been, motion's carried. Can I have a vote on that, please?
Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
All in favor, say aye. Thank you.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 3,
Request for action 179-19, bid recommendation and award for HVAC system at Senior Services with Rosie Walter, Director of Senior Services.
Good morning, Commissioners.
good morning, Rosie.
We received 3 different bids for the HVAC system. It did go out for bid, total of 3. Pestinger, $98,250. Glassman Corporation, $94,777. And Calabrese Heating and Cooling for $84,390. At this time, we're requesting that Calabrese's bid be accepted in the amount of $84,390. Funding for that, it was turned into insurance, and right now we are unsure what that amount will be, that our percentage will be currently.
But if we do owe some money, where does it come from?
It's going to come right out of our budget. You know, when we applied for the grants, this was all included in it, so it'll come right out of those grant dollars that we applied for, or the foundation grants.
Applied for and received, or?
And received.
Oh, you've received the
Yes.
the funds already. And this is, this air conditioner is for the entire building? Or
It
just-
is.
Okay.
And just for clarification, we do have an open hail claim that was not expected, so that did have some damage to some of those HVAC units that are up on top of the roof. So there is some insurance funds that will come and help with the overall cost of this, but coupled with the grant dollars that Rosie has received, the funds are there to complete this purchase.
You, Rosie, we purchased roof AC 2 years ago?
Well, no, it was well before me, so I know that there's one newer unit that's not going to be replaced, that's up on the
Okay,
roof. So
all right, that was my question. You're not replacing all of the
Right,
units?
no. It kind of gives you an outline of the scope of work. I didn't want to go through and read it all to you, but.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure we weren't replacing a
No,
3-year-old
no.
unit.
No.
And another question I have is that it's like on the walk-in freezer system replacement, is that part of this package here?
Yes. We did include that walk-in freezer cooler.
Okay, and somewhere in here, and I remember reading that there's an addition if there needs to be electrical replacement of the main breaker system and all of that, so that's on top of this. That could not be really scoped out before this starts?
No, and Hannah and I did talk about this a little bit this morning. When they come in and they do the repairs, we're going to find probably some things that are not covered, but I'm hoping that the vendor, Calabrese, if you accept that, will work with the traveler's insurance and get that straightened out.
Okay. All right. Any public?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is John Blanchard. I live at 250 South 9th Street. No problem with the HVAC problem. In fact, I'm glad that you guys are addressing a lot of the deferred maintenance on a lot of the things that we have around the county, and appreciate the process that you guys are employing in doing that. As a taxpayer, I certainly appreciate your diligence and your attention to detail and all the questions, obviously, that you ask and everything else. Came in a little late. Was hoping to speak at Citizens Forum, so I'm basically taking the opportunity I have now. Rarely do I get to come to this podium and look out at friendly faces.
Yeah,
So-
there you go.
But anyway, I really appreciate the work you've done, and what I wanted to come here and talk about at the Citizens Forum was quite simple. I wanted to congratulate you on your new hire of your administrator, but more importantly, I'd like to recognize the fact that I think Hannah has done an amazing job as an interim, being pressed into service in an emergency situation. And, I mean, it's good. That's her background. But I've always felt, I served on the North Central Regional Planning Commission with Hannah, and she was an important part of that organization, a critical part. The mission of North Central has a lot to do with Homeland Security and those types of issues. So just as a taxpayer and a resident, I just want to let you guys know that the job that she has done, and I think will continue to do, is just of the highest quality, and I appreciate you guys for appointing her as the interim, and good luck with the new hire. It looks like a really good hire and a very exciting
We're
future
excited
for the
about it.
county.
Have you met him?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, there you go.
All right. Thank you, guys, for giving me the
You
liberty
betcha.
of...
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak? Okay, seeing none. Item 4.
Oh, we got,
Oh.
Mr. Chairman, I move
okay,
we
so-
award the bid for an HVAC system at Senior Services to Calabrese Heating and Cooling in the amount of $84,390.
I second the motion.
Motion, can I see, call for a vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Same, motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to ask staff a question. You have an event coming on the 22nd, I believe.
Yes. We're going to do our Thanksgiving at the Senior Center. It's our meal. So I am asking for a little bit of help. So we're going to have tons of pie, tons of salad. So we're just going to need a few extra hands in the dining room that day. Our average served is over 200 in that day. So we're a staff of 5. So any help we could get is greatly appreciated.
And that's a month from now, not today.
Not today.
Just
We're having
checking.
fried fish today.
Hopefully see you then. Thanks, Rosie.
Thank you.
What time do you need that help, Rosie?
If you could be there probably about 11 o'clock. You know, we serve until 1:15, but I'd love to have you.
And those new people have to go to this, so, no, I'm just, okay. Item 4.
Senior Services Monthly Update with Rosie Walter, Director of Senior Services.
Good morning, Rosie.
Good morning. The Advisory Council met October 11th, and we discussed the stats, the fiscal update, and grant projects. Down below, I've included the average daily populations for 2019, 2018, and back when it was the Commission on Aging in 2017. So if you do a comparison of some of those numbers, you'll see that we are a little bit higher. But one thing that's notable is that we've never counted the frozens that we've served in the dining room, whereas they did. So I'm going to start, after talking to our advisory council, start counting those numbers as well. So you're going to see a difference. I'll go back and backtrack for 2019 and add those frozens in. Since I have that new point-of-sale system, it's real easy for me to go back and pull all that. Okay, and then the financial piece of it, right now, within this current month, comparing last year, we've received $7,703.54 more in funding and sales, and we've expended $12,662.75 less in expenses, same time last year to this year. The one thing that I can contribute to is that, our numbers are a little bit higher. Some of them are flat, but when you add in those frozen stuff, it kind of does account for some of those. And then the less expensive, I have had staff that have been off, so I do have a little bit of fluctuation. Next is the building projects. For the grants that we received under like Dane Hansen, when I applied for those dollars, I told them that I would do quarterly reports for them. So below you're going to see just our numbers on those quarterly reports. So I started out with some baseline data, and you can kind of see where our numbers are. One of the things that we did not track in 2018 was our activities, the total numbers in our activities, so I had no baseline to compare that. So now I'm gathering all those stats as well. Moving on to the projects, we do have a lot of projects that are continually being worked on. I mean, there's quite a bit, and you can kind of go through, the roof, the insurance is, we're still waiting on that a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and get that roof done. The grading and tuck pointing, we actually just did it. So that is a completed project. We need to move in a little bit of dirt, but other than that, we're done. The windows we're just not going to do. We didn't get enough of the grant funds to do that. The HVAC we talked about earlier. Hopefully we can get started on that. The bathroom remodel is actually out for bid right now, but all the fixtures on the second and third floor have already been done. So we have all that installed and ready to go. The kitchen project, I worked with a local contractor. We're putting together all of those specs, and then we'll put that out for bid as well. Drive-through for the Meals on Wheels, we did not receive enough funding for that. The cabinets, we did put it out for bid twice. First time, the bids were a lot higher than we anticipated. The second time, we received none. So we're still working on getting some bids on that, and I'll update you. The lights were done, all in the dining room. Flu shots, miscellaneous items that we have going. Flu shots is actually today, so if you need a flu shot, you can come over. Blood drive, we're having a blood drive October 25th. So if you want to donate blood, come on over. Right now, I don't have a whole lot of people on it. SHIC, which is Medicare and Medicaid open enrollment, is going on right now. So K-State is over. K-State Extension is over, and we're doing that Wednesdays and Thursdays from 8:30 to 4 or 3 o'clock. First day opened up, they had, I think, 45 just in the morning. Prescott Foley House, I've been contacted by them again, and we're going to do another event. The benefits, or the funding, is actually going to go to CKF because Foley actually sat on their board. But they are going to collect items for my Meals on Wheels recipients, like blankets, gloves, hats, different things like that again. Friend-to-friend program, Leadership Saline. We did a speed date, it's not dating, but a speed interview process. And I met with probably, I would say 35 different people that went through that Leadership Saline. Got to speak with them just really briefly, but they've taken on seniors as their project. I mean, to complete their class, they had to do a project, so they selected seniors. So what they are asking to do is do a friend-to-friend program where they can kind of, adopt, spend some time with, but it might be as simple as giving them a card for Christmas, or, it depends on the senior and how much the senior wants to be involved in that as well. So I sent that all over to Mike Montoya. The applicant would fill out a agreement, and then the mentor would get a background check done, and then hopefully we could connect some of those people. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but we just had cut down 2 trees in our lawn. They were falling down, so got them removed this weekend.
Cool.
That's about all I have.
Here, one thing here is on the back here, he says Thanksgiving lunch, November 25th. Is that the correct date there?
I'm going to say it's a oops.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to check that. Is there any questions from the public, comments?
I've just got a quick question. When you talked about the cabinets, I was over there that one day talking to you about it, and when you talked to the local contractor, did he still feel that you needed all those all those cabinets?
The local contractor?
Yeah.
I mean, he's all for doing that, but, maybe we scaled it back quite a bit.
Yeah, okay, good,
From what we did, just because we put everything that we wanted out there, but,
Right.
yeah.
And I agree. I think that you had too much in that, and I just wanted to make sure that the
yeah.
local contractor was,
Yeah, the pull
who's the
wraps,
expert at this, not me,
different stuff
but-
like that went
okay.
out.
Okay. One of the other questions I have is that on the roof project, is there some, on this new HVA, isn't there some of that going to be being put up there on the roof? Okay.
That's part of
Will
that.
we wait to do that before this roof is done?
Well, in talking to the contractors, they want to put the units on it because the roof, that bitmat roof, actually comes up and kind of curves around the seals. So if you have the units installed, it's a better seal.
Okay. I would have thought the opposite, but, okay, thank you. And on the flu shots on today, what is the time frame that,
They're probably over there right now. So
okay,
they'll
but
be
it's an
over there.
all-day long?
Yeah.
Okay,
They're in the dining room in that front glass room. Anybody can go in and get their flu shot.
okay. Okay, and that is open to the public out there? and everything?
Anybody.
Okay,
Anybody.
so, all right. Any other questions? All right, Rosie, thank you.
Thank you.
Other business? In our past month here, we've been looking for a new county administrator to help Hannah Strandball here, which has done, like Mr. Blanchard said, she's done a fabulous job. We want to thank you for your patience and putting up with us, commissioners, and rest of the people here working for the county too. And also, I want to introduce our new county administrator, Mr. Philip Smith Haynes. And if you would like to come to the podium and say a word, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Just happy to be here. I appreciate the opportunity that the commission has extended to me. I look forward to joining you all on December 2nd. Hannah tells me that there's some big decisions coming on day 2 of my tenure, so I'll look forward to that. She's been sending me lots of emails, getting me up to speed on various projects, so I appreciate everything that's been said about her today. I think that's very much true in my experience. So again, thank you, and look forward to working with you all.
Same here. So
Thanks for
thank
being
you.
here today.
Yes, thank you. And any other comments? All right. Jamie has an announcement.
Well, I was just going to announce that we are currently early voting in our office Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. And you could still request a ballot by mail if you'd like. So you just give us a call at 785-309-5820.
Okay, thank you. Any other announcements?
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn.
Second?
Motion is carried. Thank you. And can we vote on that?
Yeah.
All right, we better vote on that. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, I guess. And we'll have a 5-minute or so delay, and then we'll have a meeting number 2 in room 107B. Thank you.